Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. So in today's video, I will be flipping through and reviewing the Green Witch Tarot by Anne Mora, and art is by Kiri Orstengard Leonard. So this is a Llewellyn published deck. I've had this for a year now, I believe. I originally unboxed it on my Instagram on IGTV, which I will link below in the description box. So you can take a look if you wanted to see the original unboxing. It's up to you. So in the back it says, "Attune to the deep intelligence of the universe with the author of the Green Witchcraft." So enter the world of the Green Witch, where elements, fairies, and spirits of the earth help you to align with the natural energies of the old religion. With a turn of each card, the Green Witch Tarot opens a channel between the reader and the spiritual beings of nature. Beautifully illustrated by Kiri Orstengard Leonard and accompanied by a comprehensive guidebook for easy interpretation, this deck unlocks the energetic wisdom you can use to find the answers you seek. So it's obviously 78 cards and the guidebook is 264 pages. The thing I love the most about Llewellyn decks, especially when they come in a big box like this, is that they come with a really nice guidebook. It's thick, it has a good information in it. So that's why I love buying decks like this. I do have a few already, and I have quite a number of decks on my wish list by them. So in the US, it does retail for $29.99. I don't remember how much I paid for this since it was such a long time ago. I'm going to say maybe probably around $40 or something. I did buy this originally from Chapters Indigo and not Amazon, so I probably paid retail Canadian value for it. So I'm going to say around 40. Yeah, 40, maybe a little bit more, 45, between 40 and 45, something like that. So it is a hinge box, which is typical for a Llewellyn deck. And when you open it, you do have a ribbon, so you can take out the book and the cards. So this is the book, very thick as you can see, and the cards. So the box and the cards do come shrink wrapped, just to let you know if that's something you needed to know. Personally, not a favorite of mine. Like, if you're gonna shrink wrap the outside, I don't see a point in shrink wrapping the inside also, but like, I think it's a waste of plastic in my opinion. Like, it's too much plastic, and that's kind of a waste, especially, you know, with our environment and the way things are right now with climate change and everything. I think it's a huge waste. If you shrink wrap the outside, just that's it. You know, you don't need to shrink wrap the inside too, but whatever. Llewellyn can do what they want. It's obviously their publication. So that's just my opinion. So I did put the cards back in order so you can see them as if they, you know, this was an unboxing, but it's not. It's just a flip through, because I have been using this deck and I do love this deck. It's one of my favorites, especially for this time of year. Fall time, you know, it really gives that vibes of like autumn. So it's one of the decks I love using during this specific time. So this is the book. It's very thick, as you can see. Does it say anything? So it just says, like, the guidebook shows you how to interpret and work with images and energies associated with the craft and nature in everyday life. So I think that's like the main thing to note. So it is in black and white, just to let you know. And then it gives you a list of all the books that Anne Mora has, with Llewellyn plus this one book from 7th House. So if you're interested in getting any books on green magic and that kind of stuff, she has a bunch. And then we have a table of contents. So we have the major arcana. Then we have the minors, which is pentacles, swords, wands, and cups. And then we have some spreads, which is pretty cool. And then the conclusion. So she does rename the cards. And she doesn't give, I don't think she gives, I'm trying to remember. No, she doesn't give what the original card names were. She just gives the, like the new names. So they are renamed in the major, and then swords are athames, and cups are chalices. Pentacles and wands have stayed the same. So she gives you a list of the names here, and then she gives you information on the minors and what they represent in terms of elements. And she gives us also some numerology as well. And she also gives us information on the court cards, which I find really interesting. And then she does talk about reversals here. I don't believe, yeah, she gives keywords for the reversals. And then, of course, there's like basic things to know when you're beginning and starting a reading, doing a reading, and like more uses and stuff like that. So yes, you know, typical things when you're starting a new deck. So we have the Fool. And she really talks about like the card, what it represents, and whatnot, the figure in the card. We have the upright meaning, reverse meaning. We have some prompt words, and we also have some symbols as well. So we have mugwort. We have a white dog. Those are the two symbols specifically in this card. So you do have white dog, and then mugwort, I think is this or this. It is going to be black and white, the card, but it gives pretty good information. Since they did rename it to the Green Man, it gives information on the Green Man, which I find really interesting and useful. And it's pretty much the same for all of the major. So we can go into the minors now. So the Pentacles, it gives you some keywords. And then, yeah, it talks about the card, talks about colors. And then it gives you upright keywords, reverse keywords, and then some prompt words. And here again, it also gives you some interesting information on like the card symbols and talks about like winter months. And then we have, you know, herbs and whatnot, sheep and what they represent. So there's some symbology in the cards, which is really interesting as well. So there's a lot of information in this book that you can use, which is fantastic. Then we have some spreads. So we have the Witch's Circle spread. We have the Elemental Cross, the Wheel of the Year. We have the Mystic Pyramid. And we have a 9-card spread and a yes or no answer. Though, if I ever did yes or no, which is a waste of a question in my opinion, but if I ever do yes or no, I only pull 1 card. I find it very weird to pull more than 1 card. Then we have a Tree of Life spread. And that's it, and goes into the conclusion. So this book is thick. It has a lot of information in it. Obviously, like usual, I will pull a card at the end and read from the guidebook. Okay, so these are the backs. I love the backs. They are beautiful. Very fun. So we have the green man, which is the Fool. Oops. The witch is the Magician. Then we have the High Priestess. Earth Mother is Empress. The Horned God is the Emperor. The High Priest is the Hierophant. Lady and the Lord are the Lovers. The Battle Wagon is the Chariot. Strength is the Crone. The Holly King is the Hermit. Wheel of the Year is the Wheel of Fortune. The Standing Stone is Justice. I like this Justice card. It's really nice. Then we have the Oak King, which is the Hanged Man. The Lord of Shadows. I believe this is Death. Or is this the Devil? I think this is Death. Then we have the She, which is Temperance. Nature is the Devil. Wild Hunt. This is the Tower. Star. The Moon. We have the Sun. The Harvest is Judgment. And we have the World Tree, which is the World. So all the majors, there's a lot of them that are obviously renamed. If you are a beginner and you're not familiar with the Rider-Waite-Smith names for the major arcana, it might get a little bit confusing. This deck does require work, and it is required that you actually, study it a bit because of the name changes, just to let you know. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. I love the aces in this deck. They're some of my favorite aces. We have the Two of Pentacles. The imagery is like typical Rider-Waite-Smith imagery in my opinion. Obviously they changed it to match the theme of the deck, but it pretty much, you can tell like the meaning from looking at the imagery. So if you're already familiar with Rider-Waite-Smith imagery and meanings, then it won't be hard to put the meanings to this imagery. The Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. I love this Ten of Pentacles. It's so beautiful. We have the Page. The dog is so cute. We have the Knight. The Queen. King. And then we have the Ace of Athames. So this is swords. I love the little mouse. So cute. We have the Two. So this one is definitely nothing like the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, because typically Two of Swords is someone sitting blindfolded with two swords. So see here, you actually see two people and two swords. So I find that very interesting. Then we have the Three of Athmes, the Four. I love this for rest. It's very nice. 5. We have the 6. 7. 8. 9. Love that there's a bat there. We have the 10. We have the Page. Knight. Very action oriented because the horse is in movement, which is really nice to see. Oh, I put these the wrong way. Queen. And then the King. Then we have the Ace of Wands. This is very harvest related, very fall-like. I really love this card. And the clouds are just beautiful. We have the 2, 3, the 4. Look at all those apples. The 5. 6. We have the 7. 8. We have the 9. The 10. And look at the little squirrel. He has something too. Then we have the Page. We have the Knight. We have the Queen. And we have the King. Then we have the Chalices, which are the cups. Love this so much. So beautiful. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the 4. The 5. The 6. The 6 is so cute. Look at them. They're so adorable together. We have the 7. We have the 8. We have the 9. And we have the 10 of Cups, which is also really cute as well. Look at the little otter. Oh, so cute. Then we have the Page. So there's no fish in this Page of Cups, but I do like that there's a beaver. It does also still embody the creativity and whatnot that the Page of Cups embodies with the paint and the easel and whatnot. So I do love that. Knight of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. And lastly, we have the King of Cups. Has a feast there. Okay, so let's shuffle this. I do love Llewellyn cardstock. A lot of people don't because they find it, I don't know, thin or something, but I don't think it's that thin, and I do love it very much. It shuffles very nicely and glides well, so I'm definitely a fan of their cardstock. Okay, so we're going to read the Horn God. Okay. So let's move this here. Actually, move this back a bit. Okay. The Horned God. This is the Emperor. Okay. The antlered god of nature stands in the forest clearing surrounded by the wildlife of his domain. He is the ruler of the forest and lord of beasts, a robust figure of authority, wisdom, and fertility. His power derives from his personal drive and leadership skills, but is tempered by his acceptance of the responsibilities that come with his position. For he is the guardian of nature, the protector and the nurturer of the natural cycles of life under his care. He also knows that he is part of the cycle, and he willingly plays his role through the seasons as he perpetuates the nourishment of the earth by his marriage to the Earth Mother at the summer solstice. He impregnates her, surrounding his virile energy to her care as he turns into his sage aspect. Now, however, he is strong, aware of his power, yet kind, gentle, and generous with his abundance. The Horned God is honored as benefactor and protector, yet he is also the wild god of the hunt, reflecting a time when hunting game was a necessity for survival. Indeed, his image as the hunter can be traced back through time to ancient cave paintings of the antlered and hide-robed shaman working his magic for a successful hunt. The Horned God is master of the woods, the vegetation of the earth, the animal kingdom. He builds and rules his domain in all the wild places, yet he demonstrates the life cycle within the changing seasons. He is compassionate to the animals that live out their roles as prey and predator, game and vermin, each according to the nature of their kind. For he teaches that the divine spirit dwells in all things. The Horned God reminds the hunter to offer blessings to the hunted with the understanding of the unity of all things in the ecosystems they inhabit, and for what may be vermin to one may be sustenance for another. Wild bergamot. Not sure what that is in the card. Let me focus on this. I'm not sure what that is in the card. Representing authority, power, fertility, and energy. Blooming with red brilliance, the color of blood, grows in... okay, it's this. So wild bergamot is the flowers. Okay. Grows profusion around the god. Okay, and then we have ravens on the top here. Some ravens. Symbolizing messages, guardianship, growth, and guidance. Circle overhead while one of them whispers news of the world to the Horned God. This one here. Okay, interesting. And then meaning, so upright, keywords, accomplishment, leadership, skills, responsibility, authority, personal power, stability, self-confidence, experienced, initiating plans, building projects, protecting what is created, fertility, satisfaction, and husbandry. Reversed keywords are bureaucratic, inflexible, indecisive, and petty. Prompt words are responsibility and builder. So this is everything that I read. Okay, so all of this plus this. So yeah, it was very detailed. It talks a lot about the Horn God and what he represents. It also mentioned other cards, so like where he becomes a sage and where he does hunting and whatnot, which was the tower. So I think that was very interesting, and I think the sage is the high priest. So I found that very interesting that it mentions other cards on his journey of what he's going to become, and also who he's married to, which is the Earth Mother and whatnot. So, you know, there's like a cycle there. So I found that really interesting as well. I do really love the guidebook for this deck. I really love this deck in general. It's just, the theme is like amazing. And I do plan to use this with the Green Witch Oracle, which I did upload already last week, I believe. So I'll leave it in the cards above, that is somewhere in the above, so you can go click it and watch it as well. So I do thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of this deck. Is this something you have already in your collection, something you'd be willing to pick up? Let me know why not. I'd love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much and have a great day.